Be ready for the dictation. The dictation speed is 120 words per minute. 5 seconds to go. The Election Commission of India is poised to reveal the schedule for the 2024 Lok Sabha elections tomorrow, having completed its comprehensive assessment of poll readiness across all states. The Election Commission of India is scheduled to hold a press conference to make this announcement. The crux of the current batch of petitions revolves around the contention that the 2023 Act overturns the Constitution Bench decision. In this case, it was observed that leaving the appointment of Election Commission members in the hands of the executive would be detrimental to the health of democracy and the conduct of free and fair elections. Accordingly, the court had directed that appointments to the posts of Chief Election Commissioner and election commissioners should be made by the President on the basis of the advice tendered by a committee consisting of the Prime Minister, the Leader of the Opposition in the Lok Sabha, and the Chief Justice of India. However, the 2023 Act replaces the Chief Justice of India with a Union Cabinet Minister nominated by the Prime Minister. The petitioners argue that this change makes the selection process vulnerable to executive influence. During previous hearings, the Apex Court, while agreeing to consider the issues raised in these petitions, consistently refused to issue an immediate stay on the legislation. Earlier this week, a request for an urgent hearing was made in the wake of election commissioner. Accordingly, the matter was directed to be listed for hearing. In the meantime, both regional and national political parties have begun announcing their candidates for the 543 parliamentary seats. The existing ruling party has already unveiled two lists containing 267 candidates for the upcoming elections, while the opposition has disclosed 82 candidates across two lists. The Election Commissioners Act, which received approval from the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, replaces the Election Commission Conditions of Service of Election Commissioners and Transaction of Business Act 1991, introducing key changes to the appointment, salary, and removal procedures for top election officials. The most notable feature of the new legislation is that the President of India would appoint the election commissioners on the strength of a selection committee's recommendation prepared after considering a list of candidates proposed by a search committee headed by the Union Law Minister. According to Section 7, the selection committee would consist of the Prime Minister, a Union Cabinet Minister, and the leader of the opposition or the leader of the largest opposition party in the Lok Sabha. Section 8 empowers the panel to regulate its own procedure in a transparent manner and even consider persons other than those suggested by the search committee. This legislative development came after a constitution bench led directed election commissioners to be appointed by the President of India on the advice of a committee consisting of the Prime Minister, the leader of the opposition, or the largest opposition party's leader, and the Chief Justice of India. The new law excluding the Chief Justice from the selection committee triggered a barrage of criticism from the opposition for alleged executive overreach and encroachment on the Election Commission's autonomy. Those critical of the bill also argued that this diminished the Election Commission's institutional legitimacy and was contrary to the Constitution Bench's judgment.